us here at Supercrawl 2025. Hello, Hamilton, and welcome to this special edition right here on Cable 14. You can see the streets are jam-packed. The smell of all the great food vendors is in the air. It is absolutely amazing. And you know, one thing what you have to do when you come down here, folks, is you have to support our local musicians and our vendors. And you can do that by purchasing some of their merch that they have. We got the merch table right here by the main stage. This is by Dope Chief, and I'm with Harmony McKenzie, and you got some merch there too from our next guest coming up.
Well, we're going to tease the next guest by doing this. All right, let's see. We got Born in the 80s coming up here. We got Adam White. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. How are you?
We are nice. Fantastic. It is hard to hear, but if anyone can hear the background, that's Cadence Weapon, who was on the show earlier.
We're going to be getting jiggy with it a little later.
I don't think anyone wants to see us dance, but...
How did you see the set list?
I don't know, right?
Like, actually.
Yeah.
Is that actually on your set list? Amazing.
Well, for tonight, yeah.
Which, we're jumping ahead, but you are performing Born in the 80s at the Beer Garden tonight, starting at midnight.
Starting at midnight until the Beer Garden closes at 1. We will be on that little, under that tent, just ripping dance tunes.
You are shutting the place down.
We shut it down. We shut it down last night. We're shutting it down tonight.
How exciting is it to see the entire crowd at the end while everyone's hyped up, having a great time?
They are hyped up, and it hypes us up as well. Don't usually stay up that late, so midnight to 1, it's one of those things where you feed off the energy.
You feed off the energy, and you have the perfect audience for it. You know, Born in the 80s, they've probably had a few wobbly pops as well. It's a good vibe in the Beer Garden. And it just must, what does it mean to you when you come to Supercrawl and you get that reaction and you know everyone's just here for one reason, that's a good time?
Yeah, I've been in a lot of bands, I've been a musician a long time. This is the most fun I've ever had. It's the easiest band I've ever been in. I just get to play songs that I love and that a bunch of other people seem to like too. So it's all songs that we grew up loving and try and do stuff that other bands don't.
Now, how long have you guys been together?
We are in our 14th year.
Amazing. Almost as long as Supercrawl has been happening.
Yeah. We started off at a bar called Gallagher's. We did every Tuesday for 5 years, starting in 2011.
That's quite a commitment. How did you get into the world of music? What interested you?
I don't know, probably just like stuff my parents listened to, and then when I found my own stuff, you know, like every kid when they're like 10, 11, basically,
yeah, there you go.
Right around that time, anything that came out around then is like my music, right?
Well, that's the stuff that gets people really pumped up. The songs that we know we can sing along with, we have memories from high school or whatever, and we're done.
It's nostalgia, right? Yeah, you never forget like the songs that the year you graduated high school, whatever top 40 of those songs were, that's usually like your most nostalgic song.
What was the song during your graduation?
For me, Too Close by Next had just come out. That was a R&B number, Getting Jiggy With It. That was another one. Yeah, and for rock, it was like big Limp Bizkit stuff. I'm dating myself. Wow.
Hey, I'm right there with you though, brother.
Wow.
And of course, you know, I go back. You remember Casey Kasem days, top 40 stuff, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think I may.
Do you remember the song that you had in graduation?
No, I don't. That was a long time ago.
He doesn't want to date himself.
No, okay.
No, long time ago.
Mine was Vitamin C Graduation, ironically.
Nice. That's fair enough, yeah.
So you're performing this weekend. What else do you guys do, though, besides Supercrawl?
We just played the Labor Day Classic pregame at the Hamilton Stadium last Monday, and we're doing a bunch of beer festivals. We're doing a beer fest in Guelph October 4th called Because Beer. We do the Because Beer in Hamilton. We play a couple shows a year at Bridgeworks. We're busy and it's fun.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, nowadays, keeping busy, doing something that you love. I don't know, is this your full-time gig or you got something on top of this?
No, I sell houses too. I'm a real estate agent. That's my main thing. But like this, being able to do this.
You are too cool to be a real estate agent.
Aww.
Born and bred Hamiltonian?
No, actually, I moved here over 20 years ago.
Okay,
but,
so you're officially...
Yeah, I've lived in
a
Hamilton longer than I've lived in Windsor. So.
Yeah. What other bars do you like to go and play at? Do you get down to the Casbah? Like, what do you do? What
Yeah,
else
we
here
missed the
locally?
Casbah. Locally, there's a new venue called Ooey Gooey's down on in Hess Village there. It's doing giving the young bands a place to play and stuff like that. We all miss the Casbah. We all miss the St. Hollywood. There is a shortage of venues in the city, so anytime something new starts up, and the music community seems to support it.
That's great.
So you guys close out Supercrawl, and you've been here though doing a lot. You know, you were telling us off camera that your wife's got a business you've been supporting. Have you been able to check out anything else here that you've enjoyed?
I walked down to like Barton and James and visited a friend who works in a restaurant called Henry's, and I had a couple prime rib sliders, and then I came all the way back to see you guys.
Hey, that's all
We
right.
appreciate it.
When you're at a beer garden like this, are there certain songs that people request that you have to play?
When you're playing anything that's associated with booze, you usually have to play Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba.
Of course.
We usually are obligated to play that song because people know we play that song. And you know, Pump Up the Jam, that's always a one we do, and you know, anything that gets people dancing.
If I stopped by tonight and requested something like, I don't know, Britney Spears, would it happen? Or is that like off limits?
Do it in 6 months. 6 months, come and request Britney Spears. We do Spice Girls.
Why do I have to wait 6 months?
Because we don't know any Britney
Okay,
yet.
Spice
But it's on the
Girls
list.
works, though.
We do
Spice Girls
Spice
I
Girls.
did it again.
I'm just saying though, if you're
We're
going to get
trying
everyone in the 80s.
If we're gonna learn any Britney song, it's Toxic, and that one is incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
So we're working on it, but it's not ready yet.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Neither can I.
Hey, I am born in the 80s, barely. And that's my generation.
I'm born in the 80s, completely. So.
You know what? You got your family here with you tonight too, or?
Well, my wife has a shop called New Vintage at Vine in James. She's down there. My daughter was here earlier tonight with my mother-in-law. So,
Yeah.
otherwise, me and her just work all weekend long, performing and doing her shop. And
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming and spending some time with us. And
Thank you.
honestly, I might not be awake when you guys start, but I hope
that's
I am.
okay. I will be awake.
All right, we have so much more happening here at Supercrawl, so please stay tuned. We will be right back.
Who are those guys? Very much so, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You like it?
I'm telling you, that's a hit. Guess I'll see you in the movies.
Hello, it's that time again. Get up, get off the couch, and tackle your own to-do list. The Just Ask Bob Show, Season 10, where we demystify everything home rental. From the foundation, right to your home's rooftop, and everything in between. Coming this fall, only on Cable 14.
If alcohol builds a wall around you that doesn't let you see where you're going, that keeps you feeling isolated and alone, that makes you feel hopeless, know this: we're here to help if you want us to. It's never too early or too late to ask for help with a drinking problem. Alcoholics Anonymous, there is a way out. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Get ready, Hamilton. Steel City Sportscast is coming this September. Your new go-to show for Ticats, Forge, NFL, NBA, NHL, and all your fantasy sports action. We've got the plays, the stats, the hot takes, everything you need to stay on top of the game. Don't miss out. Steel City Sportscast, where the game never stops.
And the communal power of electronic music, dance music, rap music. Because we make electronic music and rap music. This song is called Night Service. Thank you.
seeing a little bit of Cadence Weapon still performing, making the crowds go wild, and we have a front row seat. But we've also got a lot of stuff going on here. We've got, who's next to us?
Well, first off, I like the jam. I like the beats that are going on here. He's doing a great job. He's keeping the crowd into it. But who do we have next to us? He doesn't really need an introduction because he's about town. He is Mr. Hamilton himself, Max Francis. Max, great to see you, my man.
Great to see you guys. Thank you for having me.
And this is your 10th year at Supercrawl.
It is my 10th year at Supercrawl.
That's a milestone.
It is a huge milestone.
But we've got so much to talk about, and I want to start because I want everyone at home to know all the amazing things that you are up to. You've obviously got True Hamiltonian. You've got your booth. Where is that located?
We're on the corner of Vine and James.
And anything special people can expect if they stop by and see you?
Absolutely. We launched a new waterfall tee where we actually did it like a, what do you call it, a tour shirt, where it lists every single waterfall in Hamilton.
Amazing.
Remarkable, remarkable. We were talking to you earlier in the day when things were a little quieter, and you were talking to us about your history and how, you know, your first building, you had a 3-year lease, you didn't know if you were going to make it even the first month. Here you are, 10, 11 years later. Is it all a mirage to you? Are you just like, oh my gosh, this is like pinch me almost? Like what's been going on with you?
You know what? It has been humbling and it's amazing, but it's also been a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
A lot of hard
I
work.
see it. I've seen you hustle for years and years, and it's all paying off.
You know, I try to put on the facade that it's all smooth, but I'm usually up at 4:30 or 5 in the morning, so it's very long days, and I love it. If you don't love it, you can't do it.
Yeah, well said, well said. And then on top of that, everything you're doing here in Hamilton, you're also an actor. We can see you on various commercials, no matter where you're flipping around. Your schedule's busy with a family as well, man.
Yes, we actually just shot a mini-series 2 weeks ago with Nathan Fleet. It's going to be like a musical drama. And then 3 weeks before that, we did a sci-fi show. And back in February or March, I shot a movie where I'm the lead bad guy. I'm the mob boss.
All right.
So I'm waiting for that to get released so I can tell everyone about that.
And on Cable 14, it has been out there for a while, but you were on a show, Wild Child.
Yes.
And I'm just going to say, when I first saw you on it, I was not given a heads up that you were teaching survival skills to children. Please tell us more. How did you become so smart and well-versed?
It's called the magic of TV.
Yes.
First of all, do not let your kids near me in the wilderness. They will die. I'm sorry.
You did a great job.
But I can pretend to be a wilderness expert. And they actually had a real wilderness expert following me around and telling me what I needed to know. So it was all the magic of Hollywood.
But if it was acting, you did a really good job, and those at home can see it on Cable 14 starting this fall.
You know what? It's going to be exciting. I was actually on the bus with my daughter a couple of months ago, and this guy and his daughter tried to stop me. They're like, hey, you're the wilderness guy. I'm like, no, I'm not. And my daughter goes to me, Dad, I think he's talking about Wild Child. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then the guy's like, yeah, me and my daughter watch it every morning. So yeah, people love the show, and I'm glad it's on Cable 14 and it's easily accessible. And you guys need to watch it. You have to watch it. It's really good.
Max, you know, True Hamiltonian, you're on different boards of directors. You were part of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. You ran for council one year.
I did.
Where does the inspiration, where does the energy and the drive come from? What motivates Max?
You know what? It's not a money thing with me. I think this is going to get a little deep, so but I'm going to go there anyway. My dad was killed when I was really young, and my younger brother died when I was really young. So when I wake up in the morning, I try to think, what would I do that they would be proud of? So I think that's what motivates me.
I think they would be very proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a story. Thanks for sharing that with us, Max, being vulnerable like that. And that's what you're like. Like, what you see with Max, folks, is basically what you get.
That's literally all you get.
But it's everything.
Oh, thank you.
No, it really is everything for what you've done for this city on your own to help promote. Like, those T-shirts, Hamilton is home. Yeah. They are everywhere.
You know what the thing is? When I started that, it was never about the T-shirt. It was about the message. The T-shirt was just the vehicle delivering the message. So I think a lot of people kind of mix that up. it is the message. So whether it's on a cup or a t-shirt or whatever it's on, it's the message that people are inspired by or that they connect with. It resonates with them. That's the word.
It's worked, though. I've had people in Toronto say, hey, I know that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of special to me that you can get that far with that message.
A couple of years ago, we built a map in the store, and we were putting a pin everywhere in the world. People have sent pictures.
Wow.
Literally the entire map is covered.
Remarkable. Remarkable.
Crazy.
And I know in your business there's imitation is the best form of flattery. People are trying to do the same thing in other cities.
Yeah.
I don't think it's taken off though like it did here.
No, it didn't. And that's why I've never done other cities, because I really felt that if I ever did that, you would lose the support you have here.
I love that.
Yeah.
You kept very true to it.
And I think everyone that connected with the message, they would feel like you sold them out. So I feel like it's got to be our thing, kind of like the I Heart New York. It's their thing.
Yep.
This is our thing, so we're going to stick with it.
Well, I'm going to feel really bad now promoting people to come dunk you in a water tank because I don't want anyone to do that to you. But
when's that happening?
Oh, geez. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I will be in the dunk tank. So if you want to support a great charity, you can come and try to dunk me. I don't think you guys can throw, so it won't happen, but you can try. The challenge thrown out.
Has been thrown.
I was down there earlier. Tim got dunked. Tim, who runs Supercrawl, got dunked multiple times by people. I believe it's 3 balls for $5.
Oh, that's a great deal.
It is. You can just keep throwing. And you know what? The Cardinals are right next to you.
Oh, my God.
We need some pictures
and then
out there.
the Cardinals. So if anyone can't hit, just go sponsor the Cardinals to throw a couple balls.
Max, I know you have to spend a lot of time at your booth as a vendor here. Come on down, pick up the true Hamiltonian t-shirts and sweats and all that. Do you ever get a chance to kind of walk around and see what the vibe is like and what else is going on?
I don't really, because a lot of people stop at the booth to say hi to me or talk to me or like tell me stories of stuff that's happened to them with the shirt, and I feel like it's super important for me to be there, because if I'm not there, they kind of feel let down, so I want to be there for them when they get there to say hi or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're a local celebrity. Like you really are. You have built an image and you stand by it. And that's what Hamilton's about. Hardcore, no nonsense. Let's just put it out there, man.
You know, the funny thing about that is it embarrasses my daughter every day.
Is she here right now?
No, she's wandering around with her
proud of you.
friends.
At the end of the day, she's proud. Now, we are running out of time, unfortunately.
Okay.
I was just going to say, she's embarrassed now. In a few years from now, she's going to love it and appreciate it and see it.
And you know she's proud at heart.
Exactly. We got to wrap.
All right.
We're wrapping. Max, good seeing you again. More Supercrawl 2025 coming to you from Cable 14 coming up next.
Canada's largest children's book festival returns to the Royal Botanical Gardens on October 4th and 5th. The Telling Tales Festival features over 100 authors, illustrators, dancers, and musicians from across the country. Uncover your storytelling potential with multisensory activities, active play centers, and author signings created for little ones to young adults. Free and accessible family fun is happening at the Telling Tales Festival. Register for free at tellingtales.org.
The husband has legal title to the farm properties. I see no reason to entertain the wife's appeal any further.
If I may, I find there are in fact many reasons, both legal and moral.
For our neighbors, Bora. We should always do what we can. It's our responsibility.
Bora, your desire to ignore the legal precedent is preventing us from moving forward in this.
Moving forward is precisely what I believe we must do.
Bora Laskin says he was among the top of his class at Harvard Law. He's a Jew. But he's not one of those flashy Jews.
No, we have an opportunity to make a difference in the lives of people today, men and women. The law is not a fixed thing. It should change with the times to reflect our changing values. There is no just reason to treat the wife's contribution to the farm as any less significant than the husband's.
Bora Laskin, the first Jewish Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada, fought for fairness and civil rights for all Canadians.
It's season 6 on Marissa's Easy Kitchen, and we're starting off the year a little differently. We're here at Calamus Estate Winery with Michaela and a few other guests. This is a 2-part episode. Join us next time on Marissa's Easy Kitchen. Cheers.
We have a minute or two of some calmness before the music starts up again.
Yes.
Great performance by Cadence Weapon.
It's comfortable on the ears right now. And I got to say, that was Kane, again, our guy out on the street. Great shot of the Lister Block there, that great historic building here in Hamilton. And we got another guest harmony.
We do.
Woo! If you like beer.
Brewing. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Brad, nice to see you. Welcome to our set. Thanks for being here. How are things down at Clifford Beer? What's been going on with you guys?
Things are great. Yeah, thanks so much for having me here. We're really excited to be part of Supercrawl again. It's our third year participating, and this year we have a special VIP, a bar set up in the VIP section of the beer garden.
How's that been going for you so far?
It's going good, really good. Yeah. Great entertainment last night. Godspeed You Black Emperors. Great crowd.
Yeah.
Hopefully going to be a really good crowd tonight, I'm sure.
It's getting busy right now. It's starting to get to the point where you can't just walk down James Street anymore.
How many flavors are you offering this weekend?
This weekend we've got our Crusher Light Lager, which is pretty well known. Best known as our East Hamilton Lager. Also a lager, but a Pilsner, slightly different, a little bit more higher alcohol. And our Pinball Wizard American Pale Ale.
And you got the shirt on, which I was just commenting on.
Now, yeah.
Love that.
Very cool. Do you have them for sale here?
We do. We have some shirts for sale over in the merch section, and we actually brought the Pinball Wizard pinball machine is over in the VIP section.
I was looking at that and
we took it
wondering
out
where
of
that
the
came
brewery
from.
and brought it here. It's from 1975.
Little interaction going on. Gotta
Have
love that.
a competition
Exactly.
later?
Make
We
it a little more
should. We should. Let's
interactive.
go out there.
We just tapped a cask of another beer we do called Dark Streets of London. It's an English ale. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with cask ale.
Yep.
But we actually tap the cask.
That's fantastic.
Pour right from it. So yeah, we're just having some fun.
When did Clifford Brewery get underway again? When did you guys get incorporated, Clifford Brewery?
Sorry, we're at. I started about 10 years ago when I moved here to Hamilton, Clifford Brewery.
Yeah.
We didn't have a location for about 2 years, and then I finally found a great spot on Nash Road North.
Perfect.
So 398 Nash Road North. That's where our tap room is.
Yep.
Brewery, tap room. You can come in. We got 16 different beers on tap.
Remarkable.
It's a beautiful location, and for those at home who don't know, it's also the home of where Ensemble shoots right now.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're pretty familiar with us down at Cable 14, so that's cool. That's really cool. Listen, you guys got through COVID.
Yeah.
And now we got all these stupid tariffs. As a business owner, for something that's very popular, everyone loves their beer, you're always having to pivot, adapt, and figure things out. Same thing going on right now, I guess, with what's going on in the world.
Yeah, it is. Hamilton's an amazing community, very supportive. The city loves their beer, and we love providing them beer. So,
of course.
And I guess too in Hamilton there are so many different types of breweries. You guys all work together, though, right?
Oh yeah, we're all really good friends. Yeah. Merit, Fairweather, Collective Arts. Yeah, we all know each other. We talk all the time. We help each other out with all kinds of things behind the scenes.
Yeah, no, that's good. And then of course, I can only imagine your beers over the years have won some awards. You've done some good work, I'm assuming, right?
Sorry, I'm having a little hard.
Have you guys won some awards?
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the time to brag, so tell us
Yeah,
about
let's
the
hear it.
awards.
Well, the big one was 2019. We won the Canadian Brewery of the Year, which is pretty much the biggest award you could win for craft brewery in Canada. But then we picked up, since then, a few golds here and there, a few
So I am
silvers.
curious, how do you become, is it nominated, or how do you win an award for beer?
There's a few big national competitions where you submit your beer and it's judged completely blind. So the judges have no idea what they're drinking.
Wow.
It is judged by style and category. So like our porter is very popular, and it would be only in the porter category up against other porters. Light lager, there's various styles. IPA, obviously a big one. American Pale Ale.
Well, it's a great accomplishment to win when there are so many out there, right? There's a big competition for it, and to have those awards go in your name must be really rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And it's always nice to get those accolades, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And how does the team get together and decide, you know what, we need a new Pilsner. We need something. You're always coming out with new flavors. What is that process like?
That process is us standing around and being like, what should we make? Yeah, let's do that.
Well, do you have a max? It's a serious question in this industry, I would imagine. It's not like you can test beer all day long. I mean, I'm sure there's a limit to how much you can actually do in a day.
There's not really a method to the madness. There's just like, well, we made that once and it was good. Why don't we do that again?
Okay.
We do have our core brands we make all the time, but then the other ones we're just having fun, you know.
So if people can't come check you out here, they should obviously come check you out. Where was that? You had mentioned the road earlier.
398 Nash Road North. You can check out cliffordbrewing.com. We also do a lot of live music and entertainment at the brewery. We have a really great stage, and we book live music all the time, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. You can come in, like Sunday matinees are great. You can bring the whole family. We're very kid-friendly, dog-friendly.
I love that.
Yeah, we've got lots of pinball machines.
And again, it's about the community, right? Just
exactly.
Coming
We're kind
back
of
together, being together, and supporting local.
Totally. We're kind of a community hub in the East End, and everyone's welcome. We don't stay open like really late. Our hours are like till 9 or 10. So most of our shows are done pretty early.
But tonight you will be here till 1.
Yeah, we're here
Close the
tonight
place down.
at the VIP section.
Have you got a chance to check anything else out at Supercrawl?
Yeah, wandered around today. Checked out the Fairweather Beer Garden, was pretty cool. They had some cool bands playing. Checked out the far north stage.
And you obviously have an amazing view of the main stage, so you get to enjoy all that.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Which is kind of something we're lucky to do.
Harmony and I, we were talking, and with other folks of the crew here, and I got to say our Cable 14 crew has been doing an amazing job this weekend. Thank you so much. You can come down here and just people watch like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, all day.
Have you been able to do that, just people watch?
Well, I do that all the time at the brewery already. So.
But this is like extra, though. It is all of Hamilton in one spot over 3 days, and it is phenomenal. But with that, we are out of time. That's it.
Is that it? We're done?
This is our time.
Oh, yeah.
At
John was
Supercrawl now.
waving like crazy.
We're
got to
getting
get
told
going.
to shut up.
Yeah. Clifford Brewery, thank you so much for being here. To everyone that has made this production, co-ops, volunteers, stage managers, you name it, Harmony, man, it's been great working with you again. This has been a lot of fun. Bye, Hamilton. Take care.
Leonard Thompson, 13 years old, diabetes mellitus, 65 pounds.
Starve the child to let them live. The treatment's as cruel as the disease. It's a death sentence.
Dr. Banting, this could be it. He's the first to receive this trial. But will it save him?
It's not pure enough. So we try again. And again. And again.
Before the discovery of insulin, diabetes was a death sentence. Banting, Best, Collop, and McLeod's breakthrough has saved millions of lives. Leonard Thompson's was the first.
Do you spend much of your life feeling stressed, tense, or exhausted? Do you wish you could make friends with your body and increase your strength and flexibility? Yoga is an ancient, science-backed practice that can provide relief from the demands of everyday life. My name is Katie McClelland, and I am passionate about sharing this practice. New episodes of Yoga with Katie return on October 6th at 10:30 p.m.
I'm Mike Fortune, and welcome to Cable 14's coverage of the Ward 8 by-election. For this upcoming by-election, Cable 14 will be showcasing your candidates a little differently. Ward 8 saw a total of 26 people enter their name as a candidate for this council seat, so we came to the conclusion that we would not be able to effectively broadcast any type of meaningful live debate. So in lieu of a live debate, we invited all 26 candidates to come down to our Cable 14 studio to give them the opportunity to record a 2-minute statement. Out of the 26 registered candidates invited, the majority of them did accept our invitation. Unfortunately, Scott Duvall and Dale Murphy were unable to attend our scheduled record date due to prior commitments. We did not receive any response to our email from the remaining candidates. The following Ward 8 candidates pre-recorded a video statement. You'll now hear from them in alphabetical order, starting with Ralph Agostino.
Hello, my name is Ralph Agostino, and I'm running to be your next city councilor in Ward 8. I've lived and worked in this community my whole life. My family and I have been involved in municipal and provincial politics for decades. For 35 years, I've been a real estate salesperson, and I've also served as a Catholic school trustee for 20 years from 1994 to 2014. Through that experience, I have learned the importance of listening, being accountable, and making decisions that respect taxpayers. I'm running because our city is at crossroads. People are struggling with high taxes and rising cost of living. Crime and safety are real concerns in our neighborhoods. And too often, City Hall engages in reckless spending that doesn't reflect our community's priorities. As your councilor, my focus will be clear: affordability. I will fight to keep taxes under control. Our property tax increases are outrageous, and ensure that every dollar is spent wisely. Safety. I will work with police, community groups, and residents to address crime and make our neighborhoods safer. Accountability. I will be a strong voice for Ward 8. I will be accessible 24 hours a day. That is a promise. I will be accountable to taxpayers and will always put the needs ahead of City Hall politics. On September 22nd, I'm asking for your support. Together, we can build responsible leadership, safer communities, and a more affordable future for Hamilton. Visit my website at www.ralphagostino.ca or call me directly at 905-317-6654. I want to hear from you. Thank you, Cable 14, for giving me this opportunity.
Hello, my name is Alex Balla, and I'm running to be your next city councilor for Ward 8. I'm a proud Hamiltonian, and I've been on the ground fighting to improve your life in medical research and nonprofit organizations, all to build a stronger Hamilton. I'm committed to making this city a place where families can afford to live, where we know our neighborhoods are safe, and where City Hall prioritizes the input of everyday people before developers. Housing is at the heart of this election. Too many people are being priced out, and far too many young families and seniors are left without options. I will push for more affordable housing and expansion of gentle density, while making sure growth comes with infrastructure, roads, and transit that we all need. I believe the city must be accountable to its residents, and that means open communication, town halls, and making sure your voice is heard before any major decisions are made. Ward 8 residents deserve reliable, affordable, and accessible transit that connects us to school, work, and each other. And I will fight for better bus service, safer streets, and improved walking and cycling routes so everyone has the freedom to move around our city safely and affordably. And we also need to keep our community safe, and that means addressing the root causes of violence by investing in things like youth programs, mental health supports, and affordable housing, alongside expanding community-based crisis response teams. I know Hamilton has incredible potential. Together, you and I can build a city that is affordable, safe, and sustainable, where your voice matters and your concerns are heard. I'm Alex Balla, And on September 22nd, I'm asking for your support to bring a strong, independent, and community-focused voice to City Hall. Thank you.
I'm Caleb Bosfeld, and I'd be honored to represent you at City Hall. I grew up and live in Ward 8. I've worked here, played here, went to school and church here. Hamilton is like a grand old house. High ceilings, intricate woodwork, and beautiful windows. But the paint is peeling. Someone has thrown a rock through a window, there's a funny smell, and a bylaw officer is chasing a guy around a tent on the front lawn. We need to restore our home to its full potential. We've seen scandal after scandal, from the Red Hill to sewage spills to cyber attacks to tiny shelters, and they've cost us millions. Our property taxes are among the highest in the GTA in relation to income, and they keep rising. I will oppose any tax increase greater than inflation. We need accountability. Councillors need to lead by example, and I propose docking councillors' pay for every missed meeting. We should be able to walk our streets without fearing stray bullets or street racers. I want to work with police and social services to increase public safety. Rather than chasing the homeless from place to place, we need compassionate and effective solutions. Instead of embarking on its own disastrous projects, the city should be partnering with expert local nonprofit organizations for real change. We urgently need more housing. I support densification, but it must recognize infrastructure limitations and the character of existing communities, which is not the case for the giant project proposed for Upper Wellington. Real change starts with new leaders. Many Ward 8 candidates have political backgrounds. They've been there, they've done that, and I ask you, how has that worked out? One definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over while expecting a different result. Now is not the time to recycle old leadership. I'd love to hear from you. Connect through my website to volunteer or request a sign, and be part of the change by voting on September 22nd. It would be a privilege to represent you.
Hello, my name is Philip Bradshaw, and I'm running for Ward 8 City Council. As a longtime resident of the Hamilton Mountain, I founded Bulletproof Heating and Cooling on Concession Street and proudly support our community through local incentives, festivals, and by serving on the Concession BIA. I also launched Concession Street and the Hammer News to help the city stay better informed and connected. After selling my business, I continued giving back, supporting murals, local projects, and now I work as a consultant and run furnaceprices.ca. I'm proud to have my daughter as my campaign manager and my wife supporting me every step of the way. I'm running because the Ward 8 deserves more attention to real issues like rising crime, parking shortages, and high property taxes. Families are concerned about safety, transparency at City Hall, and how our tax dollars are being spent. These concerns aren't being heard, and that needs to change. What makes me different is I'm not backed by any political party, I'm not accepting donations, and I don't have a big campaign team. I believe in leading by example, proving my value before asking for your vote. I may not have a degree or a traditional background, and yes, I am a high school dropout, but I built businesses and created jobs and made a real impact in Hamilton. If elected, I'll push for smarter budgeting, small business support, and common sense solution. This isn't politics, it's about people. On September 22nd, let's bring the community first voice to City Hall and build a safer, smarter, and more united Hamilton together. Thank you.
My name is Sonia Brown, and I'm running for Ward 8 Councillor. In the 2022 municipal election, I was the runner-up. This by-election is costing taxpayers of the City of Hamilton $200,000. A less expensive and simpler solution was available for $10,000. That of appointing the runner-up to fill the vacant seat on council. This September, let's send a message that the runner-up matters. This seat is for 1 year. I'm not just looking at a one-year term. I'm committed to serving Ward 8 for the next 5 years. Housing at every level is a top priority for me. This means I intend to address affordability and the time lag for builders to obtain permits. Accountability on every tax dollars that are being spent, and who is responsible for those proper allocation of those dollars. My other main goals are better roads, more or fewer speed bumps, where needed, safer streets, refreshed and well-lit parks with better parking, supportive solutions for encampments. On that note, I just want to expand a bit. My background is assisting members of our community who have special needs. I provide appropriate housing for them. Building from this experience, I will be advocating for other levels of government to assist our municipality in ending the homelessness crisis in our community. I will hold regular town hall meetings because we are in this together. I cannot do this alone, Ward 8. I hear you and I am listening carefully. On September 22nd, I'm asking for your vote. Together, we can address what matters to you.
Hi, I'm Rob Cooper. I'm a proud resident of Ward 8 who believes it's time to do things differently. For the last 2 decades, I've lived and worked right here in our community. I've walked these sidewalks, waited at these bus stops, and seen firsthand where a city is falling short. From potholes to public safety, from skyrocketing taxes to the housing crisis, I'm ready to act. I bring real leadership experience to the table, not just talk. I've served in executive roles for major institutions, tackled billion-dollar budgets, and led initiatives that made real impact. But what matters to me most is what's happening right here. I will tackle the following: address violent crime to make our streets safer, develop a plan to repair and rebuild our roads, end tax increases exceeding inflation, scrap the RAIN and vacant unit taxes, confront the housing crisis, and let's bring GO Transit to the mountain, and specifically Mohawk College. Whether you're a resident, a student, a parent, a senior, or a small business owner, you deserve a counselor who works for you. I'm running because our community needs safer streets, smarter spending, and someone who actually listens and gets things done. Now let's be honest, not many people are going to vote in this by-election. This election will be very, very close. You can be a real difference maker. Come out and vote on September 20th to 22nd. Vote early. I need your vote. I do believe in Hamilton. Let's build a city and a ward we can be proud of. Thank you for your consideration. Thank you for your support. And thank you for your vote.
Hi folks, I'm Josh Chernega and I'm running to be your next Ward 8 City Councilor. Here's the truth. People in Ward 8 are tired of being ignored by City Hall. They raise our taxes year after year, they make big decisions without asking us, and they don't deliver on the basics. People are fed up and I don't blame them. I'm not here to make fancy promises. I'm here to deliver real results that make life better for families, seniors, and every neighbor in Ward 8. You want safer streets? We'll get serious about it. More traffic calming, speed bumps where they're needed, stronger enforcement against reckless drivers, and safer crosswalks for our kids and seniors. You want affordability? I'll fight to stop overdevelopment that doesn't fit our neighborhoods. At the same time, I'll push for housing solutions that keep young people here in Hamilton and give our seniors options they can afford. Families should not be forced out of the neighborhood they love. You want respect? You deserve it. City Hall has forgotten who they work for. Under me, that changes. I'll hold regular town halls, open office hours, and I'll be in constant contact with you. If you've got a problem, I'll take your call. And let's not forget the basics: clean parks, plowed roads, support for our small businesses. These aren't luxuries. These are things that you should be able to count on. I'll make sure your tax dollars go where they're supposed to, right back into the community. I live right here on the mountain, and this has been my home. The third time I'm running in Ward 8 because I care about this community, and I won't stop fighting for it. On Election Day, I'm asking for your support. Let's get City Hall back to basics, back to listening, and back to working for the people of Ward 8.
Hello, I am Glenn Davies. It is time for a change at City Hall. For too long, City Council has just rubber-stamped the bylaw changes, regulations, and recommendations from city staff. Bylaws that are poorly written or that don't make sense. Regulations that add unnecessary complications and expenses. Recommendations that make life more difficult for Hamiltonians. I demolished an old house and built a new house in Ward 8. I suffered through the development regulations, spending extra time and money as a result. Staff recommended the rain tax as a solution to the cost of upgrading the storm sewer system. This fee unfairly taxes rural Hamiltonians who don't have storm sewers. It will raise the prices in stores to cover the extra cost shopping centers will have because of parking lots. It will raise property taxes to pay for new staff and the IT system to run the tax. Staff recommended the vacant unit tax. It forces Hamiltonians every year to declare that they live in their own house. This is a huge inconvenience for most of the homeowners because if they forget, they will get charged a huge fee. When the staff were telling us the benefits of this tax, they gave a very high but very specific count of the number of vacant homes. If staff know where the homes are, then tax them directly without inconveniencing the 99% of owners. This tax will also raise property taxes to pay for staff and the IT system to run the tax. Staff recommended changing Main Street to two-way traffic as a way to control traffic speed and increase safety. For a much cheaper cost, the traffic lights could be synchronized at a safe speed. Drivers would be happy not facing stop-and-go traffic. Maine would still be able to carry the current load of traffic, and this would save a lot of money that could be used to fix Hamilton roads. Vote Glenn Davies for Ward 8 Councillor to bring responsibility back to City Council. Visit my website, daviesward8.ca, for more information.
Hello Hamilton, hello Ward 8. My name is Dr. Andrew Federico, and I'm here to tell you why I need your vote in the upcoming by-election. On September 15th to 22nd, this is why you need to vote Federico. In Hamilton and in Ward 8, we have a problem with project management. I just so happen to hold a degree, a master's degree in project management and a doctoral degree in strategic management. But I'm not here today to talk about my fancy degrees. What I'm here to talk about is how they will improve the quality of life for you as a resident in Ward 8. Our project management problems stem from the decisions we make and the projects we fund. The funding comes from the taxpayer's dollar. And what we need to understand is that a good project and a good decision is based on good data. As a former political data analyst, what I would like to do is dive into the data that makes the decisions that we are stuck with. I'd also like to let you know that making the right decision is not the end of the situation. We also have to monitor and control our decisions to make sure we are going to achieve effectively what we set out to. And that's the only way to realize benefit. So what I promise to you is to increase the transparency of the decisions we make and the data that leads to them. The immediate thing I will do when I step into City Council is release a public-facing data dashboard for Ward 8 residents specifically. What you'll be able to see is all major conversations, all major projects, all major decisions, and the data that led to them. At that point, you won't have to guess where to go to see what you need to know. So, at this upcoming by-election, I need you to vote Federico. If you'd like to learn more about my other stances on major issues, such as motorist, pedestrian safety on Upper James, the development of housing, accessibility, please visit my website, www.federico.com. You'll be able to connect with me there as well, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much for your time today.
Hello, my name is Anthony Frazina, and I'm looking for your support to be your counselor in Ward 8. My vision for Hamilton is a Hamilton for all. For over 30 years, I've called Hamilton and Ward 8 my home. My day-to-day experiences here in Hamilton clearly differentiate me from other candidates on the ballot. I'm a person dedicated to creating barrier-free environments and a person who is committed to proactively improving accessibility within our community, not just for those who require it, but for all the good of the residents of Hamilton that will benefit from a dynamic city that embraces accessibility. I'm a proud Mohawk College alumnus of distinction, a recipient of the 2020 Order of Hamilton, and an active volunteer here in the community. My team and I have enjoyed spending this past summer speaking with you, and the common theme has emerged: the desire of safe streets, the need for improved infrastructure and proper affordable housing, and the elimination of our growing community violence. A key lesson that I've learned is that there are often multiple ways to approach a situation. Residents have expressed to me a need to help them addressing their increase in taxes, ensuring livable wages, expanding income relief, and improving access to affordable housing. I would like to see Hamilton be the city that takes the lead in providing free transit for seniors 65 and older, plus those with disabilities. Ward 8 is special, and I would like to see more value added to our ward. For example, the creation of a dog park at St. Lawrence Park and more accessible playgrounds throughout Hamilton. Having heard and seen firsthand the issues you are facing in Ward 8, I want you to know that I would be honored to be that voice in City Hall dedicated to fighting for real change in Ward 8. My adaptability and problem-solving skills are just a part of my powerful toolbox I will bring to City Council. Hamilton deserves real progress, and I am the right person to make that happen. Thank you for your support. On September 22nd, vote Anthony Frazina as your Ward 8 representative.
Hello, I'm Kevin Gauncey, and I am proud to announce my candidacy for Ward 8 Councillor. A recent CTV news article highlighted that the average Canadian family spends over 42% of its income on taxes, leaving less for essentials like food, clothing, and housing. We can no longer sustain the tax and spend system that our current municipal leadership appears to depend on. We must prioritize the needs of residents and oppose a system that honestly is no longer sustainable. Having lived in Hamilton for 61 years and born right here in Ward 8, I take great pride in the community where my wife and I raised our 4 boys. We started out in a small 1-bedroom apartment, and like most families, we worked hard to save and secure larger, more affordable housing, which is becoming increasingly difficult to find these days. I have consistently maintained a strong work ethic throughout my life, with nearly 30 years of employment with the Ford Motor Company of Canada, 27 years service in the Canadian Forces Army Reserves. I've also devoted over 40 years of volunteer work to our community, resulting in over $4 million in benefits being created for residents, and found the time to complete academic studies at McMaster University and Mohawk College. My campaign is centered on Community First Vision, which highlights 3 key areas involving 1, public safety through the implementation of the Ward 8 Safe Streets Plan, 2, fiscal accountability by reducing municipal inefficiencies and spending, and 3, enhanced quality of life through nonprofit partnerships and initiating the Ward 8 Community Benefits Fund, which will allocate 25% of my municipal salary to address priorities in Ward 8. I'm Kevin Gauncey, and I'm asking for your support to elect me as your next Ward 8 councillor. I encourage you to make your voice heard by voting on September 22nd, and would like to extend a special thanks to Cable 14 for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Asif Kokar. I am a husband, a father of 4, a veteran, a Hamilton police officer, and a pastor. You see, I've lived the struggles that many Hamilton families are facing today. I was born and I was raised here in Hamilton. My family struggled with poverty, relying on food banks and secondhand clothing. I know what it feels like to go without, and I know the difference it makes when someone reaches out to help. Those early struggles that I went through shaped the person who I am today. It taught me to serve others. For over 20 years, I've served in various capacities through the military, as a pastor, and as a police officer right here in Hamilton. I have walked our streets, responded to emergencies, and stood with families in their toughest moments. I know our city's challenges because I've lived and I worked through them alongside you. You see, that's why I'm running for Hamilton City Council, because I believe that families deserve a safer and fairer and a stronger neighborhoods. When I talk safety, I'm talking about visible policing, safer roads, and real investments in our youth and mental health programs. When I talk fairer, I'm talking about City Hall needs to be accountable. We need to freeze these taxes. We need to invest in proper housing, our roads, and parks that families can depend on. When I talk stronger, we need to support our businesses, and we need to be accountable to our spending and infrastructure that works for everybody. That's why I'm asking you on September 22nd that you would go and that you would vote for me, Asif Kokar, because I believe that together we can make Hamilton a safer, a fairer, and a stronger community for everybody. Thank you.
I come to the job as a humble servant of the people. My motivation to serve is based on the lack of understanding by the city planners on housing issues. I should know I've spent the last several years tracking zoning and planning issues. The answer is simple: growth. Put more shovels in the ground to deal with the housing crisis and create prosperity by expanding the tax base to improve delivery of social programs. Of course, a hiring freeze and budget reviews are also necessary. However, when I checked, I'm the only candidate focused on growth and not just spending cuts. I have a plan for vacant lands and approved lands like the Bayfront that has languished because city planners shun federal funding. In Ward 8, the long-term care announcement by Seagull Villages has more questions than answers with respect to details and timelines. Why was a ministerial order needed? Why do they need to wait until next spring to get a shovel in the ground? I plan to make sure that they keep on schedule and keep eye on the quality of their plans. Nothing about greening the site was announced. I'll also make sure that we make good use of the mountain brow lands given by the province to hush the city on the Seagull land deal. Rarely does the end justify the means in a democracy. I just want to shine some light on the deal so we can do better the next time. All Hamiltonians deserve a better explanation. If you keep electing the same people, you can expect the same results, and things are getting worse, not better. Frank Lenarduzzi is a builder and an engineer and is promising to use his knowledge on sustainable, affordable housing to deal with the housing crisis. Frank Lenarduzzi is expecting change at City Hall.
Howdy, my name is Michael Marson, and I am a local labor activist, union steward, and federal public servant born and raised on the Hamilton Mountain. In my work with the CRA and my union, I've come to understand how important advocacy and public service is to me, which is why I am stepping up now to run for city councilor. Hamilton has been plagued by poor leadership, and it's because so many of the people who run for city council see it as a stepping stone for higher office or as a consolation prize. This gets reflected in the policies and decisions we see, which have led to some of the very challenges we now face. My own community has faced that poor leadership ourselves. Last June, people from my building delegated to City Council, asking for follow-up on concerns we had with how the property we live on would be developed. There was no follow-up from our now former City Councilor. Our ward and our city deserves better. Someone who will be accountable and responsive, who will directly speak to the problems that we face and confront them and not kick that can down the road. I'm focused on building more housing through zoning reform and investments in public and nonprofit housing, on creating better, more convenient neighborhoods for our families, and on making our city safer. These aren't problems that can be fixed in 11 months or in a single term. I will be dedicated to addressing these problems in the long term to make our life more affordable and our city better. Please visit my website, michaelmarson.ca, to learn more about my plans or to reach out. Thank you.
Hello, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Marlon Pickin. I'm a health records clerk at the Cancer Center on Concession, a proud member of CUPE 7800, an environmentalist and housing and human rights activist with 20 years of community service. Together, we can make our needs the council's priorities. Let's get on with mass construction of affordable public housing and cooperatives. You've told me a robust construction department would meet the needs of low, middling, and working class people and address the housing of now over 2,000 unhoused people. Many of us are a couple paychecks away from falling through the cracks. Jobs are precarious. Let's get sheltered from these attacks with new opportunities for work and innovation. There's another serious message for council: road safety. Our streets and sidewalks are not safe for drivers, pedestrians, cyclists, or workers. I commit to community-wide safety audits with actionables that raise the bar on health and safety standards and meet the needs of our community, including our children and seniors. Further, we can enhance our outreach into schools, teaching the rules of the road and safe driving. Maestro Boris Brat, city worker Nabil El Ahmed, the slaughter on our roads must end. Crossing guards, parents, and businesses tell me we need more flashing light crosswalks, more traffic calming around schools like St. Peter and Paul and Ridgemount, and a walkable Upper James Street and West 5th Street. And on the environment, let's intensify the greening of our public land beyond grass and grow the forest canopy. In places like William Connell and Buchanan Parks, these investments will serve as part of a legacy we can be proud to entrust to future generations. I believe it's important to be accessible to residents and to be actively working to build our community. For more information, please visit www.marlonpickin.com. And when you're picking Marlon on the ballot, know you'll be investing in a future we can be proud of. Thank you.
Hello, Hamilton. My name is Lohifa Pogasin Aka, and many of you know me from my work in the community, whether it is supporting local businesses, uplifting entrepreneurs, fighting to remove barriers for students, or maybe just as a familiar smiley face, speaking at community events or right here on Cable 14. Now, I am running to be your next councillor representing Ward 8, my home ward where I live and work. Hamilton is at an inflection point. This is a defining moment that calls for all Hamiltonians to check in and act. It is time to move our city forward, boldly, responsibly, and together. I am running to restore trust in leadership, institutions, and in each other. Rebuild community with deliberateness and collaboration, and ensure that you see a return on your investment in Hamilton. Hamiltonians continue to pour heart, sweat, and hard-earned dollars into this city, but that's not reflected in the services we receive or the state of our neighborhoods. I am committed to tackling the issues that impact our ward and Hamilton overall: the rising cost of living, community safety, youth opportunity, and traffic congestion. These are real concerns that we've shared at the doors, and we deserve real action. I have always known Hamiltonians to be spirited, bold, kind, and strong. We have all that we need to thrive, but there is something that is required of us. We must shed cultures, behaviors, systems, and leadership that has neither served us nor moved us forward. I have a strong vision that is rooted in hope, commitment, and service. I invite you to rise with me. Let's start something good in Hamilton for our children and their children. Let's reignite our Hamilton spirit, that spirit that will drive the city to realize its full potential. This is work that we must all do together. Visit lohifa.ca, look for P at the polls, vote Lohifa Pogasin Aka, because you deserve leadership that works for you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sebastian Popovich, and I'm running to be your next Ward 8 City Councilor. I've lived here for years, and like you, I care deeply about this community. But let's be honest, we've seen the challenges of today. Streets that don't feel as safe as they should, parks and public spaces that need more care, and families are struggling with rising costs. Too often, decisions at City Hall are made without us, and that's not good enough. This is why I'm running to give our community the voice it deserves. I believe in a Ward 8 where everyone feels safe, supported, and proud to live. That starts with safe and clean neighborhoods, better lighting, well-maintained roads, and parks that families can enjoy. We shouldn't have to worry about walking home at night or sending our kids out to play. I know affordability is on everyone's mind. Groceries cost more, housing is out of reach, taxes keep on climbing. We need a city that makes smart, responsible decisions with your tax dollars, not wasteful spending. I'll work to keep life affordable while protecting the services we all rely on. And let's talk about trust, because leadership should be transparent and accountable. You deserve to know what's happening at City Hall and to be part of those decisions, not shut out. Finally, our local businesses. They're the heartbeat of Ward 8. They create jobs, bring life to our streets, and make this community unique. But they need support too, not red tape. I'll make sure City Hall works with them, not against them, so that they can thrive. This isn't about politics, it's about people. It's about all of us working together to make Ward 8 and Hamilton safer, stronger, and more affordable for families and businesses. That's the vision I'm fighting for, and on Election Day, I hope I can earn your trust and your vote so that we can make this happen together. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Barry Quinn, and I'm running in the by-election for Ward 8 Councilor. There are 26 candidates in the race, and that speaks well of community engagement, but is confusing for voters to make informed choices. Here's what I have to offer. I'm a Hamiltonian by birth. My family and I grew up in the east end of the city. I went to elementary and high school there, played sports locally, and shopped locally. My first job was at Stelco. My roots are Hamilton. At a period in life, work took me to Burlington, where I lived, was elected to council, and served for 19 years, also becoming chair of the Police Services Board. I've come back to live in the city of my birth. I've been a longtime resident of Ward 8. Why is this important? Because with my experience as a former councillor, I am familiar with the process. I don't have to learn on the job. I can hit the ground running. When door knocking, many citizens have expressed concern about the major challenges facing this council. Safety is an issue in the ward and across the city. Innocent people are being shot, even in Ward 8. Roads are in disrepair. The lack of financial accountability is evident. Taxes are too high. Council doesn't seem to be united in ways to represent the public and to consider the well-being and interests of the municipality. Senior staff is leaving important jobs. Morale is suffering. I intend on working hard, using my skills and experience and common sense to work collaboratively with others and deliver results. Please vote Barry Quinn, an experienced, mature, positive voice for Ward 8.
While I was away, I watched Hamilton change, and not for the better. Crime is now out of control. Home invasions, car thefts, break-ins, assaults, even murders are happening right here in Ward 8. Parks where children should laugh and play are now littered with needles. Seniors worry their home may be next in a break-in or invasion. Families feel unsafe, and that must end. Taxpayers are being disrespected, record tax hike after record tax hike, while wasteful spending goes unchecked. Your hard-earned taxes are being wasted by the millions on political vanity projects. We have crumbling roads, shrinking services, and gridlock that worsens daily. We're all paying more and getting less. That is simply unacceptable. I know this community because I live here and have served here. And as your former Ward 8 councillor, you could call my cell phone directly and I would show up at your door. I've always been accessible, outspoken, and have always delivered. I delivered $21 million for the Westmount Recreation Center. I delivered William Collin Park. I created the Auditor General's Office, saving millions of taxpayers' dollars. I served on the Police Services Board to keep our streets safe. I delivered then, and I would deliver again. And here's what that looks like. We are going to end this record tax hikes. We're going to stop waste at City Hall. We're going to take back our streets and drive out the criminals and gangs. And we're going to make sure that politicians know that taxpayers are the boss. I can't do this alone. I need your help. But together, we can restore respect for taxpayers and take back our streets. Thank you.
I'm Colleen Wicken, running to be your Ward 8 councillor. As former Ward 8 Chief of Staff, a decades-long volunteer, and as a widow, I'm frustrated with the actions at City Hall threatening our hard-earned legacy. I know the stresses of escalating bills and the costs of living, and too many of us are struggling. You and I already know the issues, yet we're hearing misinformation. You're hearing promises that are actually in the hands of the provincial and federal government, not the municipality. Some candidates claim they live in Ward 8, but do not. Some believe passion is enough, while others claim they will hit the ground running, except that it takes many months just to be trained. Our budget is set, and after this election, only 13 months remain to get things done. So instead of spending months learning the ropes before the October 2026 election, I am the only one who can make every moment count with an empty office. 11 years working for you in City Hall, serving the city and this community for decades, I know how to collaborate to get the work done from the get-go. My vision restores this office with actual integrity, as is my reputation, operating with you at the forefront. Efficiency means every call returned, every email responded to, and every problem solved. Thank you for listening, and thanks to Cable 14 for hosting. For more about me, key positions, and contact information, go to my website, wiccanforward8.com. My name is last on the ballot, but Ward 8 is first in my heart. Vote Wiccan, Ward 8. Thank you.
Cable 14 would like to wish all of the candidates in the upcoming by-election the best of luck in their race for a seat on council. And of course, as always, if you missed any part of this broadcast, Check your local listings for when this Ward 8 by-election program will repeat right here on Cable 14. You can also watch this special program on cable14.com. And finally, for the residents of Ward 8, you can find more information about advanced polling, Election Day, and where you can vote at hamilton.ca. I'm Mike Fortune. Thanks for watching.
Do you have feedback on Cable 14's programs? Let us know by calling 905-523-1414, extension 227, or email feedback@cable14.com.
Shaking. This one's called
Blame Me.
Yeah.
Go on and blame me for everything that's going wrong. Go on, blame me, baby. Everything that's going wrong. And if you feel like being lonely, girl, I'm gone. You know lies tell the truth, cannot be said. Every morning when you get out of bed, baby, you tell me that you love me. But is that a lie? Come on, tell me. Go on, blame me, baby, for everything that's going wrong. You know lies tell the truth that cannot be said. Every morning when you get out of bed, you tell me that you love me. But is that a lie? Go on, blame me, baby. Everything is going wrong. Blame me, baby, for everything that's going wrong. Yeah. All right.
It's season 6 on Marissa's Easy Kitchen, and we're starting off the year a little differently. We're here at Calamus Estate Winery with Michaela and a few other guests. This is a 2-part episode. Join us next time on Marissa's Easy Kitchen. Cheers.
I felt really alone when John died, and the United Way program really, I reached out to them and they just really helped me feel less alone and helped me feel validated in my grief, which has been tremendously helpful during a time when I've never felt so alone in my life.
Today we're going to do the really cool watercolor bubble effect. So first, with watercolor, what you want to do is you want to stretch your watercolor paper. So what I've done right here is I have drawn an image already, and I've been using waterproof ink. I like to use the little micron markers that you can buy at any art supply store. So once you got your sketch going on, you can get your paper on a board, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of this watercolor paper tape, and it's just paper with an adhesive on the back. So I've already done 3 sides. You wanna make sure that that's nice and stuck down, and then we're gonna wet it on one side because it kind of works like a stamp. And then we're gonna just place it here. And that's gonna just keep everything secure and give us a nice white edge along this edge of the paper. So once that's done, what we're gonna do is we're going to wet the entire paper. And this primes it so that we can do so much cool stuff with it afterwards. And this is why you wanna use waterproof ink, because you don't want it to get all smudgy. So once we get all of this nice and wet, we know it's gonna stay put. And we do this because we don't want the paper to get all wavy on us so that our watercolor doesn't slide into pools and nooks and crannies. So when we do this first, it allows the paper to sit flat once it's dry. So just to speed up the process, we're gonna dry with a hairdryer. I think this is the hardest part about art, is waiting for things to dry. I get really impatient. I think that's good. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna mask out this part of the flower, and then we're gonna paint just the background. But we don't want paint on our flower, and watercolor, for some reason, gets everywhere. It's a very unforgiving medium. So you gotta be patient with it and roll with the mistakes. Art in itself is always going to be trial and error, and you can never get discouraged about making mistakes, because honestly, making mistakes is part of the fun, and imperfection makes it better. So what we're gonna use is what's called a frisket mask. This is a masking fluid. Because I'm not a rich artist, this mask fluid has been around my studio for a while, so it's a little bit gloopy. Normally it's supposed to be a little bit thinner and easier to work with, and you gotta work with it really fast because it dries really fast. So what frisket mask is kind of like a rubberized coating. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna